Boosh. Good evening, everyone, or late evening. Hope we're all doing well. Welcome to a bit more professional version of the Walking with Mick live show. Hopefully we've gone out into the short stream, because that's the way we seem to get most of our subscribers from. Otherwise, it's all going to be a bit pointless. Now, am I... That's better. I'm a bit too far over that way. I'm sat in the corner. Can't let Mickey sit in the corner. Oh, I'm back on the old mic. Nice. Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous, this microphone, isn't it? I listened to it back earlier and it's lovely. I've just turned it up just that little bit because it was just slightly quieter than it should be. But let us know if it clips. It's just going over into the red, which is where it wants to be. But it was a shame to have this system stood there and then go on using the telephone, wasn't it? You know what I mean? So, Bruce T, how you doing? Felt I was in a cowboy film then. It was, I think it was Irish, to be honest. I use Epidemic Sounds, and they've got tens of thousands of pieces of music that you can use copyright free. You pay 120 quid a year. Nobody puts Mick in the corner now. I should have. Yeah, so you can use them throughout the year on one channel. And I've moved them about. I had it on the Vape channel, and then I had it on Mick Reviews channel, and then I've eventually moved them onto this channel now. So I just use them. I use cut up bits and use them at the beginning of the walking videos and, you know, and all that type of thing. So 120 quid a year, £10 a month doesn't seem a bad deal, really. So drink of choice, freezing cold Coca-Cola. It's actually been in that cup for ages, and I've just refreshed it with ice. So cheers. So hopefully we're going to get some people pop in. It's just a bit late at night. If you all hit the thumbs up at once, it usually works out pretty well. So do that for me. It would be lovely. I once sat here doing this as well. I started putting a load of love hearts on the bottom of the thing, and that seemed to work as well. This channel's doing really well, really. I can't complain at all. It's done really well. It's just sort of started to get going. We've got over 60 more subscribers this month, which has got to be a bonus, hasn't it, really? Whether it'll happen, I don't know. I think we're definitely out in the shorts thing anyway. Yeah, stick the thumbs. Yeah, do that. I have a random question. Well, it's pretty. I don't know. I want there. Don't listen to him, Mike. Don't listen to him. I'm presuming it was. I don't know. Swans and Wildlife. Good evening, John. How you doing? Nice to see you. I don't know. They all say everything's bloody fake, don't they, nowadays? It's the same. If you go and buy a car, if you look at TikTok and YouTube Shorts, every car's terrible. There's nothing worth buying at all. Don't buy anything. Don't go anywhere. Don't go to a hotel. Don't go to a resort. It's just, according to John Paul Glasgow, it's fake anyway. So there you go. He's told you now. So you definitely know it was fake. Thanks for sharing, John Paul. I don't know how you get away with faking that, and why would you want to, really? Seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Got to be honest, I've got the old AC on, but I think I've got it set a little bit too high. It's a bit... I come upstairs, switched the computer on, and it was about 9 million degrees in here. And our bedroom as well, so we've got one in each, so I've done it for both. Anyway, make sure you don't watch it on Top Chat, because otherwise you don't get the messages in, I forgot to tell you that, TikTok Oops. It's a bit of a broken place sometimes, that, to be honest. If you've actually got anything decent to say, then they don't seem to want to listen to you. But if you've got, if you want to talk a load of crap and do stupid sounds and noises and a weird dance, they'll just throw money at you. But obviously that's what they're looking for, isn't it? I know when I first watched it years ago, it just seemed to be a load of young kids on there, and I thought, well, this obviously isn't for me. But they seemed to find a way of segregating that, or they made them be a certain age before they had an account. And then, obviously a lot more people got on there, so they sort of follow what your trends are, what you tend to watch. They sort of watch that. But I quite enjoy some of it, to be honest. I've got a friend on, he's actually on YouTube as well, but he does more on the TikTok Nigel. I call him TikTok Nigel, but it's the Benny Dorm TikTok guide. I've actually become friends with him in real life. when we go over there. He's a smashing fella. Frank the Stagman, I quite enjoy watching his content as well. He's a proper sort of, hard-nosed seller, if you know what I mean. That's what he's on with. And fair play to the lad. He started off with note. He's got 2 beautiful bars over there. Drives a Ferrari, big BMW. Obviously, you get people having a go at him, so he just has to go back and shows them how much money he's got and what's happening to him in his life. So you can't knock him, can you, really? I don't know what's happened there. What happened there then? Why did it say 4 waiting? Why would that happen? It's a bit confusing, this. Let me just have a look, make sure it's doing it right. Make sure I haven't pressed something wrong. Yeah, 11 people watching, that's it. We've got to go in a bit now. It was stuck on something else, I think. It's working. It's fantastic. Lovely. It's all right. I'd hate to just do it because if you put it in the opposite mode, in horizontal mode, it just seems to nobody ever watches it. It doesn't share you out to anybody. They're actually forcing it out to people in the shorts feed, so you do get a lot more people come through. I don't know. I think we might have run out of trolls. To be honest, I think maybe it was only a certain amount of them, and we've got too good for them. Maybe. You think? Are you gay? I'm just starting to be. Can I pop round? Well, I've had my aircon on in the cab tonight. It was 28.5 degrees when I went out. The half makes a lot of difference. So I went out. So I just put the aircon on. I just couldn't stand it anymore. What's happening here? I don't know. Hope everyone had a great day. Yeah, that's right. I found some geese yesterday as well. But what's a baby goose called? Has it got a special name? Because a baby swan is a cygnet, isn't it? So what's a baby goose? That's what I want to know. Is there such a thing? Is there a different name for them? Anyway, they were all wrapped around them, but as soon as you started to walk, I mean, I was a good long way away from him. But if you looked like you was going to walk anywhere near him, the old mother's neck come up like that. She was like, "Don't you dare. Don't you go anywhere near them, so I'll be after you." Oh, Gosling, yeah, of course it is. Yeah. It was 24 up here yesterday. 2 what for me? Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Scotland. When was the last time it was 24? I bet it was a long time ago. You don't tend to have that sort of weather, do you, up there? Just did a tray of lamb kebab and I'm stuffed. Nice. I got a portion of chips from the local chippy for tea. And I got them up here and I thought, I don't really fancy that. But I threw the empty thing away, so. Nightmares Toxic Dom. Can I be a mod? No, not really. We've got 3, haven't we? 3, I think that's all we're having now. Why would you want to do that? Thanks for popping in anyway. It's lovely to see you, and if you do want to, if you're enjoying the content, why not subscribe? We could do that subscribe song for you if you want. Last May I got up to 25, and in 2023 it got to 28. I don't know what it must be like living down London, where it's obviously the further south you get, the warmer it is. It's a bit like Spain, isn't it, really? So if it's 25 here, it's 30 there. And it must be really sticky. I went down there one day and it was 36 degrees. You missed the last live. It wasn't really much of a live, to be honest. Oh, you mean the one on Monday? That was good. That was a cracking live, that was. I went to Umberston Fitties on Monday. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. That's lovely. We got up to 237 earlier and then lost one. Have you made an absolute fortune tonight? No. It was very, very quiet until the last hour. And then I think I pulled it round to somewhere near where it needed to be. You know what I mean? You've got a bit of a target in the back of your mind. You can't change it, but you just try, don't you? It's the only way. You just keep going. You have to have a bit of a goal. I mean, I work on my own. So, you need to try and, you need some motivation to go to work. So you need to set yourself a thing. I've got the new car next week, but only for like a week. obviously it's a replacement taxi, a hire car. Because they're taking mine in to finally get that work done. It's been a month. In fact, it's probably longer. I did it when I was on the way to... what was I doing? I was doing North Sea Observatory to Ingermills. I was on my way there because I got there late and it was a bit of a job. I've got the window open, wide open, and the fan on, but I'm still... Yeah, it's trouble, isn't it? You need the air cooling down, don't you? Tom the Black Cabbie, driver from London, yeah. There's a few of them. Tom struggles a bit now because he used to do quite a lot of content while he was actually driving. But I think the authorities got on him and said, you're not supposed to do it. And he's got himself going really well, hasn't he? I think if I was a van driver or something like that, I'd probably have a go at it. You've got an electric blanket on, wow. I know, we put shutters. Somebody tried to break in the house. So we go to Spain quite a lot. This was years ago. And I ordered some shutters and had them put on the bottom stories of the house. Well, they're white. They look quite nice. And you also use them to chase the sun back. So you walk downstairs in the morning and your bloody teeth can be chattering because it's not letting any sun in. But since you had the windows changed, the upstairs one, oh my days, it's like a bloody oven. So I left the curtain shut all day and I've just switched the air conditioning on. Yeah. All right, you had to delete a lot of his old videos. I didn't know that. Thing is with them, it's GDPR. If you had somebody in the back acting up and giggling and laughing and stuff like that, and you put them on YouTube, it's GDPR because you're doing it from a business point of view, aren't you? So you just can't do it. So you've got to watch what you're doing. And I suppose the iconic black cab and all that sort of thing. They've got to really look after that side of things. But I've only ever been in the back of one and. Once, and that was many moons ago. We went to the taxi show, which was at the racing track next to East Midlands Airport, which I can't... Silverstone, not Silverstone, what do they call it? Anyway, it was there. So we went there. It's the only time I've ever had to pay to go into an expo. So we went in. And this bloke said, do you want to take a trip in our car? I said, I'll go on then. So we got in the back, and it was like sitting in the back of somebody's shed. It was bloody awful. No, I don't really, Mike. I know you watch. I don't like to say that. Touch wood. I don't like to normally say stuff like that because you just think, then the next day you get some trouble, don't you? Really. But a lot of it you just do it with your mouth, don't you? You just say to them, "I'm not putting up with that." That's the end of it. Was it in the back of a fake taxi? No. It was definitely it was the diesel. 25 years ago at least. So it would be the diesel. Iconic, what did they call them? They went bust, didn't they? They're an absolute fortune. They're a bloody awful thing. But you could turn around on a sixpence, that's what they reckoned. TX, was it a TX? TX4 or something? I can't remember. It was in the back of that. And the seats are sort of moulded plastic. I suppose it's easy to clean out. If you get puker in there, you could basically just put the hose pipe in and then wipe the windows down and you'd be good to go. But for sitting in the back of it, they won't get in them here. They got used to saloon cars years ago. And the thing is, if they won't get in them, what's the point in having them? We had a guy, he got one. It was an ex-Manchester Acne carriage. So he got it over here, had it wrapped. No, he didn't. He took the wrap off it because it was wrapped up in... John McClintock, how you doing? Nice to see you. It was wrapped up in Just Eat. So it's quite a garish looking thing. So he just took that off and he put it onto the standard paint underneath. And then I think he had it sprayed afterwards, but then he had a bit of trouble with the council. He actually got banned, that lad. A Glasgow cabbie once told me a wee tap on the brakes shuts them up in the back. When you splatter them all up the front seat. They have some trouble. I watched the thing and there was a bloke with a six-seater and an old guy and his wife were sat in the back of the six-seater and a young kid threw a brick through the window. And hit her. You know what I mean? Doing 30, 40 mile an hour down the road. We seem to have a lot of moderators. What happened there? We haven't had the big influx, so I don't know if we might have to go back to the phone. It's not worked. We normally keep getting people in, a few more people in. I think we're stuck on 10. I don't know, we've got 13 in. I'm not going to own at that. 8 thumbs up, that'll do. We'll stick with that. It's probably just a quiet night. It's that time of year, isn't it? Yeah, you seen the video, that woman was screaming, yeah. I mean, you don't think, do you? It'd put you off. We've got a bridge going over the top of our, there's a dual carriageway that goes down to the Trent Bridge. And we've had kids chucking stuff off there. I was talking to a bloke one day, and then a young kid had thrown an apple at him, and he was on a motorbike. And he says, "Boy, it hurt like absolute hell." And he says when he took his leathers off, he said he got the biggest bruise just there. You know, and these kids don't realise, do they? You throw a moving, if that bike's doing 60 mile an hour and you chuck something at it, the speed, the impact speed must be ridiculous. And to actually throw a brick through a window, you don't forget to hit the like button. No, I can't do Friday nights. I'm at work, aren't I? I'm at work this week. I'm at work Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Late, because we've got a bank holiday. Now I'm quite happy doing it like this. We do well on a Monday night and do all right on a Thursday night. It's more of a chat than anything. It's got the channel off the floor anyway. I started off with a couple of subscribers, and it's gradually growing, and it's somewhere near 240. Is it 237 now? I think something like that. The watch time hours are coming up slowly, so hopefully they'll meet in the middle. And by the time I get enough subscribers, I'll have enough watch time hours to get YouTube to pay me some money. It's quite difficult doing the vape one because you've got an e-liquid or something like that, and you've got to talk about it for 8 minutes. Whereas the problem I have now, I go for a walk, and it's what to edit out to get it down to less than an hour and a half. Yesterday I walked over the Humber Bridge. I had a meal in that pub the other side of the Humber Bridge and then walked back again. So that's that job done. I've walked about, I don't know, 12, 13 miles this week, which is 12 or 13 miles more than I walked last year. So, you know, it's definitely getting me out. That was the idea of it in the beginning, was to actually just go out and have get some exercise. And then I thought I might as well put it on YouTube because I quite enjoy doing that. And then it you know, I get a bit obsessed. I do. I just keep putting content up, more content. But I enjoy what I do, so you know, it's kept me off the ale, and maybe must be a bit fitter. Must be. I've walked, you know, must have walked a few hundred miles by now, which was a lot more than what I've walked for ever and ever and ever and ever. I've never really took exercise, but I say I can't do Friday nights. There's a few shows I'd like to go on a Saturday night and that, but I can't go on them because I work Saturday nights. And Sunday I normally finish at 9, but if it's a bank holiday, I don't finish while it'd be probably 1, 2 in the morning. But you might as well take it off. I'm guessing you've had females trying to pay in kind when they're drunk. No, you would never, you know, it's your job to protect people from themselves. I mean, I've never had it anyway, but if I did have that, I would obviously turn it down, because if somebody was that drunk to want to do that, then, you know, if you're not careful, you've been in serious trouble, and rightly so to a point, because they're not in control of what they're doing. So say it's your job when you've got a badge, criminal records badge, you know, when you've had a disclosure to say that you're clean, you need to keep that clean. And you know, you need, as I say, if somebody ever did say that, I would never, they're not going to anyway, but if they ever did, I would immediately turn it down and say, don't be so stupid, you know, that type of thing. And definitely not do it. Mick, did you say you have a guest on? Yeah, it was yesterday. You'll have to watch the video. It's not a well a week on Friday, though. So I've already put tomorrow night's up. Tomorrow night was... tomorrow night, I enjoyed doing that one. That was brilliant. That's Humberston Fitties. I really enjoyed that. But I had a special guest yesterday. We went for a walk. So you'll have to watch it a week on Friday. It was a good day. We went across. I've always seen this pub at the bottom and that never looks like it's got anybody in it. Anyway, we walked down to it, and you can't see the car park. That's why. The car park was ram jam full. And we went in. The food wasn't amazing, to be honest. We ordered fish and chips. I ordered fish and chips. And the chips were very, very dry. I don't know what they've done to them. How can you dry a chip out? Any late clubs in Gainsborough? We used to have Boy George once played here at DN21 when he was doing that handbag music. I don't know if you remember that era. He was a DJ and he came and played. And then we also had one called the State Club, which was Peter Swan. I don't know if you know about Scunthorpe United. He was chairman of them for a while. Well, he was husband to one of the Wilkinsons from the Wilco's chain. And quite, both wealthy people. And he started a club here called the State Club. And I think he spent quite a lot of money on it. I don't know how much. And we had some really... Neil Pitts, how you doing? We had some really famous DJs play in the first sort of month. We had... I can't remember what they call it. I think Dave, what you call it, was here. Pete Tong once here. Judge Jules, he played. There was a few. Gainsborough rave scene in the 90s. Yeah, maybe not. I can't remember that. It was, them nightclubs used to get full. They used to get absolutely rammed out. But they just, the last time the bloke opened the one what was called DN21s, he kept it for about 6 months and they said he just couldn't keep putting the money in it anymore. Yeah, Jules, he played. I'm trying to think who else it was. There was about 3 or 4 different ones. Or maybe only 2 or 3 different ones. And it was absolutely ram jam full. So we had to get with the times really, because we've been used to this little market town that we were all serving, and we all had a big runner, when it all first started, because we were all a bit squeaky and we didn't ask them for the money up front and all this crap. But you soon have to get with the time, otherwise you don't have no money. He's a full-time music lawyer now, bless his heart. Yeah. I know, what was the other one? They had a few allegations against him. The one when you listened to him on the radio, you actually thought he was a man of colour. It turned out he was a white guy with dark hair. I don't know, I can't think what they call him now. Used to have big American cars and stuff like that. Seb Fontaine was brilliant. DJ and Carl Cox. Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but I'd have to Google it to find out who it actually was that came. But definitely Judge Jules. And there was at least one other. I don't know if Dave Pearce, to be honest. I really like Dave Pearce. Yeah, Tim Westwood, he's had a few allegations, hasn't he? But whether they're true or not, I know, because, you don't know, do you? Because there's such a cancel culture nowadays. It's like, he pressed the wrong button one night, we'll end him. Carl Cox is a thick-set coloured guy, isn't he? He's good. He plays for 4 hours at a time, doesn't he? 5 hours at a time. Yes, he does it because he wants to do it and he gets paid for it. A bit like me, we're going live. Mickey and his live streams, they go on forever. So hopefully the microphone's not clipping. It doesn't look like it is. It's just entering the red, which is where you want to be. You have to watch out when you're going out to YouTube, because sometimes it's really easy to set it a little bit too low. And then when you listen back to it, it's been quiet. He's a 3-deck wizard. I didn't know that. I used to like house music back in the day, because I'm that sort of era. I was 21 or something like that, maybe 19, 20, when all the house music started, and I really did like that. I used to listen to Pete Tong on Radio 1 every single Friday night. I used to absolutely love him. I thought he was brilliant. And all that Jackie Body stuff, that was my thing, really. But then it sort of changes, doesn't it? I mean, I'll be honest now, I won't be able to tell you who's at number 1, because I never listened to Radio 1. I've no idea who's in the charts. And I could walk down the road, and all these famous people who were in the charts at the minute could walk past, and I wouldn't even have an idea who there was. But you just sort of get it like that. He was the first DJ to use three decks at once. I mean, if you watch anything now, they sort of accuse people of being computer DJs, don't they? They just put it all into a Apple laptop and then press go. Yeah, but I don't know. I've never done it. I suppose if you could mix it at home and then come and play the show when you get there, you're going to get a better quality. But it doesn't. It's like singing at home, recording it, and then playing it when you're doing a concert. You're there to actually watch these people perform, aren't you? So, you don't know, do you? First DJ for 3 decks, bloody hell. I don't think I could do that. Again, I can't sit there and fast book. Is that you, Craig? Hello from Scotland. How you doing? Still never had. Well, I've actually stopped drinking now, so I probably never will. But I've never ever had any of that. Mind Melt Diaries. There you go. Maybe a strange request, but can you stroke your beard if you're thinking about something? I think that suits you. I haven't got a beard, but I can do that if you want. Mind Melt Diaries. Bloody hell. I shouldn't mind reading them. Anyway, please like and subscribe. We're just desperate for subscribers and desperate for likes. I just need people to say hello. TTG Flat White. Hello, Mickey Boy. How you doing? Nice to see you again. You were in before, I think, weren't you? Most of the big festivals use pre-mixed sets for the DJs so they can sync the lasers to the lights. Well, that's obvious. Love the response. Yeah, I'm like a performing seal. I'll do anything. I've never grown a beard. I did both. I've never been able to grow a beard. I've tried it. Well, I can grow a perfectly good beard, but within a few days afterwards, and I just start doing this, and then it's gone. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. Apparently, in the early stages, you're supposed to use beard oil to soften it all up, and then it doesn't itch. But I've never been able to do it. I'm like a soft Andrew Tate, dropping wisdom with a smile instead of trying to impress. And like and subscribe, yeah. Yeah. As probably most other people that are ever going to watch this stream, I've got things going on in my life which aren't amazing. And I use this as an outlet to talk to people who are probably, everybody's got troubles. And I don't talk about mine very often, only to friends. And I just come out and go on here, and it just makes me, it's just an outlet, and I just talk about something completely different. Mick, I understand you're looking for an appointment for a charity boxing match. I'd love to have a straightener with you, mate. So if you want to dance, let me know. Cheers, son. Here we go. Yeah, pop round. I live in Manchester. I'll look through Google Maps and find a suitable address for you to go to. Here we go. We're only here for the comments. Charity bloody boxing, man? No, I don't think so. I'm a pacifist, technically. I think everybody's a pacifist until somebody violent walks down the front path, and all of a sudden the pacifist disappears, doesn't it? God almighty. Manny0161. Yeah, but I made you laugh, Mick. And well, exactly. That's it. That's what it's all about, isn't it? I don't seem to have the flow tonight like I normally have. I can usually, I don't know whether it's because I've got this old setup going on. I don't know. I need to get bent into the phone and give it some. I love you, mate. I wish you well. Exactly. I love you too. I love everybody, me. Sometimes you can get caught out with being too nice to people, but I think if you can be nice, we tried that. I don't know if anybody watched that. As you can see, the head's gone again. His name's on the tip of my tongue. The guy that dresses in the smoking jacket on social media, and he turns up at these places, the Greeters Guild, and we actually had a good drink, and we tried that in Benidorm, just hanging over the barrier thing. Troy Hawk, that's what they call him. And we tried it, telling people how nice they looked and how amazing they were, and and the response we got was absolutely amazing. We had one couple come in and sat and have a drink with us for an hour, and then bought us one back, and then off they went. Mick, can you get a bicycle and do some live streams like Mark Fagan? I don't know, really. What I'd probably really need, if I was going to get a bicycle with the size of my arse, I'd need a bicycle with a settee strapped to it. Graham, did you want to straighten the sun? I think Graham definitely does. Now, he's from Scotland. Let's go. Glasgow Green. He'd give you a kiss, though. Straightener. Good old straightener. You can't beat a straightener. It's a lot better than stabbing people, though, isn't it? Got to be said. These people that, they're all got a tool, haven't they? They've got to do something. They've got to shoot you. They've got to, the days have gone now where you can't have a bit of an argument with a bloke about something and have a bit of a shove about and then shake hands. It's all gone, and it's all got to be gangster it. No, if I'm late, start without me. There you go. That's fair deal, I think. Can you just imagine everybody saying, hang on, is that microphone picking that aircon unit up? It's picking something up. I thought the noise gate had got that. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here sweating. I can't remember what's on about now. It's gone. That was good, isn't it? Gainsborough a nice place, if I'm correct. It used to be industrial with a track marshal and Roses there. Could I be wrong? No, we had Roses. Well, Roses, they made the sweet machines, didn't they? A&P Roses still going. They're still making sweet machines, and they also make machines to wrap different sorts of sweets in the US, if you know what I'm saying. And obviously we had Track Marshall as well. That's why we got quite a few people down from Scotland, because Marshall's bought out a company in Scotland that used to make certain parts of something. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. It's before my time, really. And they closed it down, so they got the best of the best and brought them down here. So there was quite a lot of Scottish people here that had moved here for that reason. It's very quiet, so oh God. Yeah, I didn't know if it was picking it up. You can see the mic thing on the OBS. It's gone now. It was picking it up a little bit, but you don't know what it sounds like. It's a good microphone, this, though, isn't it? It's amazing. Yeah, so they moved down. I can't remember what company it was, but they bought them out and then basically shut them down. And then in the end, they shut themselves down as well. So that was it. It was all done. But I don't know if they were any good. You do see these track marshals turn up. If you're watching the internet, they turn up in countries all over the place. We went to I think it was like Whitby or Filey or somewhere, and then they had one there. Hello, Hanky Panky, how you doing? They had one there to drag the lifeboat up or something like that. Hanky's here. We're not forever you get Hanky. His wife back at the bingo or wherever it was, karaoke. I don't think we're going to get full hour tonight, to be honest. It's not as quick as it was last time. It's not as quick. I need somebody to bounce off. How are you doing, Anki? Nice to see you, buddy. Not be long now. We'll soon be off. Oh, no, the love arts have started. It's another one. I quite like it when Anki gets another... run away, yeah. That's it, then. I quite like it when Anki gets the new one to stalk. He leaves me alone. So what happened today? I can't think of anything. Nothing. I had one of them feelings today. I walked to the front door of the house, and I dropped my keys. Then I forgot something else, so I went back. In the end, I thought, I hope this ain't going to be an omen. Anyway, my first job, I will get paid for it, but my first job didn't have any money. And my second job, I forgot to put the meter on, so I lost out on that one as well. And I thought, was that an omen? Should I just stayed in the house? Anyway, I didn't. It worked out. So right at the very end tonight, it's worked out really well. But it's been a bit of a poor day. But people, if that sort of heat, are going to sit in the back garden, aren't they? And just, have a beer, or they're not going to go far because it was too hot to go anywhere today. 28.5 in this country with our humidity is warm. And if you got that in Spain with that dry climate, you wouldn't have any problems at all over there, would you? It'd be absolutely fine. But with our humidity, your arms stick to you and that. So I'm pleased we got this aircon because at least you can go to sleep at night, shut the windows. Thank you very much, Steve. Are you all ready? Have you got your case pack ready? What fancy dress are you keeping that a secret? What, around for the weekend dressed as a woman or something? Just for a laugh. I don't know what it's going to be for me because first time I've gone and not had a beer. Since you got new windows, your house has been much cooler. Now, since we changed ours has got a lot warmer. And my mum and dad's is the same, so I don't know. I mean, it's handy in the winter because you get a bit of winter sun in the morning. And, it keeps the place, it warms the bedrooms up and that because we don't have heating upstairs in our house. But it definitely feels really warm here. My case is unpacked. I'm using my phone at the moment. I'm sat outside the hotel now. Yeah, that's it. You've got rid of Julie. So you've moved to the Premier Inn for a week. My mum and dad, they've got patio doors in the front. Basically, it comes onto the front room. And they said you couldn't stand it in there either. So they actually had theirs taken out, the glass taken out and changed for a tinted one. And the difference is unbelievable. You walk up to you can't see through it if you're on the outside, but they can see out. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It was a cracking idea. I don't know how we didn't think of that. We should have had blacked out top windows, shouldn't we, really? So you've got to be careful, haven't you? Same with the air conditioning. It's all right to cool yourself down at night, but you do need to open the windows at some point because if you don't watch it, you can soon end up with the house being damp. Because of the aircon, it smells like a Dominican Republic hotel. When you go in, you've just got that little whiff and what's coming out the wood because everything's been damp, really. Anyway, I think that'll do for me tonight. What are we up to? 40 minutes? It's, what are we on? Is it 10 past 12? Yeah, 10 past 12. I think that'll do for me tonight. I'm going to have an early one because I say it's been warm all day and I'm tired. I might try it on the phone next time and see if it has any difference because they don't seem to have slipped in today like they normally do. So it might not be that. It might just be a bit of a quiet night. So I'll nip off and I'll be back on Monday and we'll see how we get on then. But we've got a bank holiday, haven't we? Oh, good, mate. A pleasant surprise when Mickey Love went live. See you next time. Take care. Thanks, Mick. Catch you soon, mate. Apologies for coming in late and Graham kept me in. Oh, well, he would do. I think I'm going to cancel mine. It's gone up for another £1, so it's 15 quid a month now. No, it seems pointless. I ain't used it for 6 months, probably. I think Graham and Bill use them more than what anybody else does, to be really honest. It seems a bit daft to... oh, God, what have I done now? That's wrecked that. It seems a bit daft to pay for something that's going to be... I mean, fair dues if you're going to use it, but I say I haven't actually used it for 3-4 months. I might as well just have it switched off, really. I nearly did the other day because I had to change the payment details because I had 2 credit cards and I thought, well, I don't need them, so I cancelled one. And the payment was on the one I cancelled. So I changed it over, and I thought, is there any point in changing it over? I might as well just cancel it because I don't use it. And now they've stuck another quid in it. Who wants to pay another quid for something you're not going to use? It all mounts up, doesn't it, by the time they put their tax on and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks ever so much for popping in, everybody. And we'll catch you Monday night. Watch out for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is another beach. There's no sea in it, but I'll let you have a look. I really enjoyed that. That was a lovely walk. That was, and it's a place I don't think I've ever been to in my life, and it's not very far away from where I live. So, anyway, catch you all soon. Bye bye.